I'm Carly.
And I'm Delaney.
And we're the Guidesley Girls.
Why are we here? What are we talking about? Probably a lot of things, right? But maybe we should start off with how we met.
Definitely.
Okay.
We can dive into the Guidesley bit and community in a little bit, but do you want me to start or you want to start?
Kick us off.
All right. So I'm currently where we are. We're in Buffalo by Lake Erie. It's a little port right outside of the Peace Bridge.
Yep.
A lot of boats dock here. We went out kayaking with the team here a couple weeks ago. I am not born and raised in Buffalo. Carly is.
Born and raised.
Are you from Hamburg or?
Hamburg. I'm from Hamburg and I live in Hamburg.
So Hamburg's in the South towns over near where the Bills play. So she gets all of the snow.
Yeah.
I'm a transplant. I moved here about a year and a half ago from Raleigh, North Carolina, kind of on a whim. The whole backstory, but I'll spare you the details. I started out doing hair and just kind of took my time going on interviews and seeing what felt right, where the pieces would settle. And I was going on a bunch of interviews. Nothing really felt right, but I had hair in place and I had a job. So I just kind of wanted to take my time until it fit the bill.
Yeah.
No pun intended. And I was driving down I-90 one day or I-190, and I saw M&T, the big building. It's the biggest building in Buffalo. And I was like, I wonder what's in that building. It can't possibly just be a bank. So then I started researching, and of course 43 North popped up. And if you don't know about 43 North, it's this whole startup competition funded by New York State to bring business to Buffalo. So they'll invest in a bunch of companies and bring more business predominantly in the tech arena to Buffalo. So I was obviously automatically curious about it, and I reached out to their Compass program and was just perusing jobs, reached out to Carly and said, hey, do you have any internships that I can get my feet wet with? And she goes, yeah, you should apply for these few. Applied for all of them, didn't get anything, got beat out by a bunch of college students. So I was like, I don't know, I'm still interested. So I followed up on Carly's super duper nice rejection email. And I was like, listen, I'm really new to the area. I'm still curious. Mm-hmm. I would love to meet up or get any more information, get plugged into the ecosystem somehow. Do you have any advice? And she was kind enough to respond by inviting me up for coffee to the M&T building on the 24th floor.
Yeah.
And
I still remember that.
Yeah, me too.
I even remember what I was wearing.
What were you wearing?
A green striped shirt.
Wait, that's ironic.
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
green.
That's funny. Oh my God, it was like foreshadowing the whole time.
I know.
But anyways, I hadn't looked at a ton of the companies, and I was more interested in a couple of like the product driven ones. I didn't really know much about tech. Yeah. So we sat down, talked for like an hour and a half, felt like best friends for years and years.
Yeah.
And she kind of looked at me afterwards and she was like, I feel like you're built for the startup world. And I didn't know what that meant at the time. I had just learned what a startup was. I kind of just looked it up on my phone before going up and meeting with her.
Yeah.
And she said, let me set you up with somebody. And I met with David Lord. Same thing. Felt like family after an hour and a half long interview.
Yeah.
Talked like we had known each other for forever. And I am now his executive assistant at Guidesley.
David Lord is our CEO and founder here at Guidesley. And a quick conversation between the two of us, like really quickly led to you meeting with David, the founder of Guidesley.
Yeah.
Like you said, feels like family again. And I just felt this sense of connection to you that like, I don't know, I knew you'd fit so well in an environment like that was ever changing. And a CEO that cared so deeply about people, it just felt right.
Yeah. Well, and one thing about Carly, I'll let you say your title first at Guidesley.
Oh, Carly, I'm the director of people here at Guidesley.
Which wears a recruiting hat, an HR hat, like she's in everything, kickstarting our guide community, which is kind of tied into this podcast, which we'll dive into a little bit more later.
Definitely.
But Carly specializes in recruiting. She specializes in a lot of things, but recruiting it's funny because you can teach that craft in a lot of capacities. You can plug into all the right networks. Networks.
Yeah.
But she has this gut intuition that just kind of leads her when she gets a sense for somebody, she says, yeah, that's a good fit, and goes
Makes
for it
sense.
and doesn't always question it. She's really good about following her gut instinct. And I think that was one of those things where we both looked at each other and she's like, yeah,
This
I can't
makes
fully
sense.
explain it. This chick's resume is not like blowing me away or anything, but also I feel like she needs to meet with this guy.
Yeah. So, and at the time, I was at the 43 North company, and I was, working and recruiting and helping founders, find people like Delaney to work for their companies. And I knew that, having met David, the founder, that there was just something special about Guidesley. And so I think you had worked there for close to 7-8 months.
I would say, I would emphasize more that I worked there for like a good 3 before you started hiring like our entire team.
Yeah.
I mean, you started
I
building
forget
out
about
our AI department. You brought in all of our interns that were just rock stars.
Right. And so from the jump, really, you walked in the door, and then shortly after that, it was like one hire after another that I was helping your team with.
So we kind of got to see how you work, and
Yeah,
you had helped us so much that we were like, oh my God, she's practically a part of our team already.
and it felt right. It felt like family.
Yeah.
And so then there came a time, it was the start of the new year, it was January, I remember. And Guidesley had just closed Series A funding in December.
Mm-hmm.
And I had always told David, after like building a relationship with him, throughout the year, throughout his time, that like if there was ever a spot for people, I wanted to be the person to do it at Guidesley. There was something special about the people that had joined the team, why he built the company, that I was just like, I have to do this.
Right.
And I was lucky enough to join the Guidesley team.
Well, and it's really funny to me because if you ever have talked to David, especially in the business sense, he's very numbers oriented.
Yeah.
Everything he does is like, do the numbers add up? Does it make sense? Is this going to help the most amount of people that we can? So I think it's funny and like contradictory to who he is and how he says he works, because his first hire after Series A was you, the people person.
The people person who spends money
Yeah.
they hire people, wants to make people happy. The numbers guy and the people girl, we don't always mesh.
But I remember having conversations with him, like, obviously we wanted you on the team eventually, but it was a matter of budget and like, do we have the bandwidth? What is most important right now? So I think it's really interesting that we started the year in that spurt of our hiring process and growth with that people person to bring more culture to us. Cause that's what we've been doing and building this year, which you've been like the driving force of.
And I feel so lucky to work at a startup that not only allows me to do what my whole career has been in, human resources, recruiting, but now I'm at this point where we're at I don't know if I want to call it like a shifting point at Guidesley, but like this.
I mean, post Series A, I think that's fair to say. Series A, for all who doesn't know, I didn't know before I joined the company, the venture capital world and like funding a company is its own beast with just a butt ton of acronyms that never I was confused and just Googling things the entire time. David would be talking and he would say like an acronym and I would just say, and then I would go straight to my phone and start researching it. But Series A is your biggest funding round that turns you into a company. It's bridging the gap from startup to company. So you're able to do more marketing and build your brand a little bit more so you can reach more people.
Spend more money.
Yeah.
Because you raise the money.
True.
So we come in and we talked a lot about like, okay, I focused on recruitment when I got in. And now this turning point that we're talking about is our community, our Guidesley community, and like what we're trying to build as a whole here at Guidesley. And so we came up with the Guidesley Girls podcast of like, let's try something new. Let's come up with a space where people want to be. And so here we are kicking this thing off.
Well, and I'm stoked about this. And I think it's funny that we fell into this role and the podcast has kind of fallen into our laps. Like it was Carly's idea, but then she included me in it. And it's funny because outdoor rec wise, like this company was built by and for fishermen.
Yeah.
And
we should probably tell the Guidesley story briefly though, for those who don't know what Guidesley is. Let's share. So
I might botch it a little bit. David's probably going to watch this and kill me, but David is 3-time CEO, started and exited 3 separate companies, sold it for like way too much money, way more than I've ever like imagined.
Same.
To Disney, worked with the NFL for another. It's like a whole laundry list of accolades that he doesn't like to get roped up in talking about. He was probably, it was like 6 years ago, he had exited his third and what he thought was the final company. And all he wanted to do was fish and be with his wife, Tracy, and live a retired life.
Yeah.
Ride out the accolades, say hands off. Like, I just get to hang out with my buds and do my thing. And then this idea fell into his lap. He had been talking with so many of his buddies and a lot of guys.
He's an avid fly fisherman.
Right.
So, you know, in retirement, I think he thought, I'm going to fish all the time.
Right. So he was.
He was.
He was doing his retirement exactly how he planned. He was going out with all these fishermen, but a lot of them had their own businesses and guided and had their own charter boats. And I think he kind of noticed this similarity where they were all coming to him and saying, David, you're from the tech space. You've built a .com. You've worked in online gaming.
Yeah.
Can you build us a product that's going to help us? Because I think he kept running into the issue across the board with all guides that they were struggling.
They needed help running their business. They love to fish.
In this day and age.
For sure.
20 years ago, you can run a guiding business, no big deal, word of mouth, and all of your repeat customers will come back, and it's a little bit more locally driven. Now, it's such a broad scale. Bookings are done on the web. You have to online market. You have to send out customer emails and text messages to keep them in the loop. It's not all by the phone. And a lot of them don't know how to do that. A lot of our guides do know how to do that, but it's just like 12 extra jobs on top of their main job to guide and give people a good experience. It's just been like such an extra hassle that it's easier to onboard somebody else and pay somebody else to do that. But every single platform that was helping at the time was taking a tremendous cut of their money to get them anywhere with business. And David kind of had that moment where he's like, I've heard this story so many times. Fine. I'll build a small product to help these guys out.
Yeah.
So he spent like 18 hours a day coding with our head of technology, Shiva. They were like hunkered down in
which still amazes me. Like even to this day, I feel like I still learn something new about David. Like he coded. Like how?
Right.
What?
That's a whole other story.
I know.
We'll have him on a couple of times, but I love the story of how he got into coding, because he's like Northeastern football player, total jock, but like also a math guy. Nothing adds up about the dude, but more.
But we love him.
That's another can of worms. But also 18 hours a day is a long time.
Yeah, that's like, no thanks.
That's how long koalas sleep a day.
Wow, that's a fun fact I didn't know.
Yeah, they eat only eucalyptus leaves, which is like all sugar.
Oh.
So they get like a quick spike, and eucalyptus also has some interesting properties for your brain.
I like to smell it.
Yeah, I do too. But then they just sleep because they crash from their sugar high.
Wow.
But David was coding that.
See, you're going to learn a lot on this podcast, okay? Not just fishing, outdoor rec, our CEO, us. You're going to learn about eucalyptus and koalas.
That's the important stuff.
Still outdoors.
I know. Anyways, I'm taking way too long to tell this story. As per usual, that's pretty
But
common
maybe
ground.
just get used to it.
Maybe get used to it, but also like maybe I should do the editing and not you, so you don't have to sit through like me rambling on about something.
I like it.
Anyways, he coded for hours upon hours with Shiva, built this product for these fishermen. And then they were like, wait, this works. It's helping. Can you build me X, Y, and Z? And from there, it was like this whole rabbit hole of like him building upon all of these products.
Yeah.
Got his daughter, Taylor, a head of product involved, and she was building all these products. And it was just constant need from these guides it's been an ever evolving product based and built continually off of these guides' needs.
Yeah.
And it turns out the entire outdoor recreation industry is in dire need as well. So
here we are.
Started expanding. So we thought that we would be a good in-betweener where we're not avid fly fishermen. We're not avid scuba divers. We don't have that one dead set thing, but also I like to go fly fishing with the boys.
Yeah.
I like to go snowboarding. Carly's outside with her son Brooks all the time.
Exactly. It's just, getting to know the people that make our business run. Like the guides and instructors of these outdoor recreation activities are at the heart of everything we do. And so having a space where we can bring them in and hear their story, I think is like, that's the exciting thing. I can't wait to talk to these people. You have had the opportunity to meet a handful so far.
Well, I'm just pumped because I haven't even, like, our guide success, that's like our customer service. It's on the phone with these guides all the time, helping them fix whatever they need fixed.
Yep.
It's laundry lists all the time. But I've gotten to scrape the surface on what they get to interact with and who they get to interact with every day. We have such a handful of cool cats, tons of characters,
Definitely.
tons of stories. I shut up most of the time because I just want them to talk.
Yeah.
It's entertaining as all get out. So
I love
this is the most we'll ever talk.
Yeah. We'll let everyone else do the talking after this.
Yeah.
But we wanted you to know who you were getting into, right? Like why we work at Guidesley. I think it's really clear that we work for a very passionate, family driven. I don't even know like what other words I could come up with to describe this company. Homegrown. Thank you. That's a good one.
I mean, we could spew off our core values, but do we know them off the top of the dome?
Oh, no. You're going to test my...
Let's cut this.
You're going to test me.
No, we don't have to get into that, but definitely, we talk about this all the time in the office. We have a collection of people that make no sense. Like
and
I remember,
it works really well.
Like who was it? Oh, it was Anoop. So Anoop is one of our AI engineers. He is brilliant beyond belief, and we should have him on as well because he is just
everybody.
Like,
we'll get the whole crew.
I know, he's just an endless story. I love that guy. But we were all sitting in the office one day, and he looked up and he goes, "Delaney," and I was like, "Yeah, what do you need?" Like expecting a business conversation to come out of it, and he goes, "Me and Keaton and you are all very different." Keaton's one of our guide success guys and hunting aficionado among so many other things.
He'll be on.
Definitely, probably soon.
Very.
But Anoop was like, "We have nothing in common." And I said, "Yeah, that's true." And he goes, "But I love working with you all and hanging out with you all." And I was like, "Yeah, me too."
I know.
"Why do you think that is?" And he goes, I think that everybody's just a good person here.
Yeah.
Like, I think it just attracts salt of the earth human beings that work ridiculously hard.
Right.
Enjoy being outside and don't mind having differences with one another.
Yeah.
We have a pretty wide array of people.
Solid group of individuals who just care.
Solid's a good word.
You know?
Yeah.
So you'll expect a lot of people, a lot of guides, instructors. I don't know. The world is our oyster at this point.
We'll see what happens.
It'll be fun. I can guarantee that.
We'll definitely be at some different spots, though. We travel quite a bit to see all of our guides. So
it'll be my first trip, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Soon.
We're going to Isla Morada next month.
I'm going to will it
Word on the streets. Let everybody know.
Tell them we're coming.
Yeah. Guidesley likes to party. Party in a very family-based, but share a drink or two or four manner.
Love it. The Guidesley girls will be there. The Guidesley team will be there.
Yeah. I think a good 7 or 8 of us are going to be there this go around. So it's going to...
Can't wait.
And we have a really, really cool presence of guides down in Isla Morada.
Can't wait to talk to them.
They all knock.
If you're an Isla Morada guide and you want to sit with us,
yeah,
maybe 5 minutes. Tell us your story really quick.
Yeah.
Or if you got a funny story, let's see, what else could we talk about? The worst catch, or I don't know if you can have a bad catch, but maybe it was tough.
Do you know what? That's been a hard learning curve for me because I just get so excited with everything that I catch and they're like, "Oh, throw it back." I'm like, "But dude,
we should keep
it's a fish."
I know. It'll be my first time fishing, hopefully.
That's big.
But we won't tell anyone.
Man, this is a big trip. Yeah, we'll keep that under wraps.
It'll be fun.
No, but it's one of those things where it's like we'll have a couple events and it'll be pull up a chair, grab a plate of food. If you want to stay, stay. If not,
we'll see you on the water.
Go ahead. At least you get some free food and some good company out of it.
It'd be great.
Never any pressure.
So we're the Guidesley girls. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
True, authentic, real stories all the time.
And do you know what else I realized?
What?
It's probably going to be a little bit of me pontificating and then you bringing it back together.
You're
really good at coming full circle.
This is why we're together.
No, but I didn't realize that it would work so well until now.
Me either, but here we are. I freaking love it.
I do too.
Well, thanks for sticking with us. We can't wait until the next episode.
I know. I'm excited to have some people on.
Me too.
Like, I'm sick of my voice already.
Me too. In the nicest way.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Devin for helping us set up everything.
Devin is our director of Guidesley Media. He's running our new media platform. Things are going to be great, but he's the guru behind this crazy stuff.
Hats off to him. He's helped this madness come to fruition.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. More to come.
All right. Signing off.
Bye.
Lines.